Davy. I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories, where I tell funny stories from my past or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. This week I've done 2 of these before, and I got inspired to do a 3rd. Annoying Restaurant Customers, Part 3. See, I've worked in retail, restaurants, customer service for a long time now. And you get some really annoying people with some really annoying questions, some really annoying issues, if you will. I will say there's things about food service versus retail that are better, but there are also things about retail versus food service that are better. For one, in retail, if the customer is really that bad, I really can't stand them, saying something to let them know how annoying they are, it could affect my job, but more than likely I'll just get told, hey, don't do that again, even though you're going to. But in restaurants, it sucks because that's going to affect your tip, and you need that. An example I will give. When I worked at a restaurant, it was a nice restaurant. We had specials, like real specials. Not like, hey, something we already have on the menu is our special today. No, when we had a special, it meant this is what we're making right now, and once it's gone, it's gone. Now, depending on what it was, it could last, it could not. Some things were so popular that when we brought them in as specials, they'd have the host people seating them, ask them, do you want to order it now? Because once it's gone, it's gone. For example, swordfish. We only had that on the menu a few times, and when we had it on the menu, it went quickly. Swordfish is very popular. One thing we had once while I worked there was we had a Maine lobster roll that we called a Maine style lobster roll. I asked why, and one of my coworkers said, we call it Maine style because the last time we had a Maine lobster roll on there, somebody asked if it was actual Maine lobster. We told them it wasn't. And they went on and on that it was false advertising. So now we just say Maine style. Even though the funny thing about that, that's just what it's called. It's not called a Maine lobster roll because it has Maine lobster. It's called a Maine lobster roll because it was invented in Maine. Kind of like if I have a Philly cheesesteak. The steak didn't come from Philadelphia. It came from wherever I got it from. It's just the style. But I didn't really argue about it. I just said, whatever. Maine style lobster roll. Sadly, I couldn't get one myself. I didn't have the money. They were expensive, and they did go quickly. Because if you've never had a Maine lobster roll, it is delicious. But like I said, they went quickly. Not even halfway through our dinner service, we were out, which they said was going to happen. They did like I said. They had the hostess, as they seated people, tell them, our special tonight is a Maine-style lobster roll. Might want to order it now because they go fast. We had a table come in. The hostess told my customers just that. We have a Maine-style lobster roll. Better order it now. They go fast. They said no thank you, they don't want one. At the moment, I was on a break. In between the hostess sitting them down, warning them, the busser coming over, getting their drink order and giving it to me, and me getting their drinks, which was a couple minutes, somebody did come in and order the last 2. So by the time I got to their table, we were out. But yet, when I got to the table, gave them their drinks while telling them, hello, I'm Davy, I'll be your server. Can I start you off with an appetizer? The guy at the table goes, I want to ask you about the Maine style lobster roll. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. The last of them got ordered right before I got your drinks. The hostess should have told you have to order them quick. Oh, she did, and I don't want one. I just wanted to ask a question. Right off the bat, I'm like, why are you asking me about something you don't even want to order? I can't ask that question. I can't be rude. I need his money. So, of course, I just went, okay, what's your question, sir? Why do you call it Maine style instead of a Maine lobster roll? Oh, well, apparently last time we had it on the menu as a Maine lobster roll, somebody asked if it was actual Maine lobster, and it's not. Maine lobsters are actually really hard to get. It is real lobster, it's just not Maine lobster. So to avoid that confusion, this time they put it on the menu as Maine style. But it's the same thing, it's still a lobster roll. So did you guys want to start with some appetizers? So you get people to think it's a Maine lobster roll, even though it's not. Well, no, it is a Maine lobster roll. The Maine lobster roll, the name doesn't come from the fact that it's Maine lobster. It comes from the fact that it was invented in Maine, like a Philly cheesesteak. It's still deceitful. Okay, I didn't put it on the menu, and it's off the menu now anyway, so did you guys need another minute? Well, you should tell your manager, because that's deceitful. Okay, I will do that. And he immediately saw right through that. He must work in customer service, because I'll unveil that little secret. When we say something like, yes, we'll tell our manager, we're probably not going to. It more than likely means, I don't want to have this conversation anymore. Can you drop it? You're not going to say anything, are you? I will. But not right this second. It doesn't really matter right now. they're gone anyway. So did you guys want an appetizer, or are you ready to order your entree, or would you like me to give you a couple more minutes? Yeah, that's what I thought. You're just going to keep on false advertising, aren't you? Are you the reason we had to start calling it Main Style? At that point I said it because I already knew I wasn't getting much of a tip. Which I got a tip, but not a great one. And according to him, no, he wasn't the reason. But I still don't believe him. The next two are going to come from when I worked at a pizza place. I was a pizza delivery driver, but sometimes, if deliveries were slow, this was a small town, I would just sit there and do the normal stuff everybody else did. Take orders, make food, whatever. One time I'm sitting there, it's the afternoon, deliveries weren't busy, phone rings, I answer it, and the guy on the other line wants a sandwich, which we did sell sandwiches. Could have them hot or cold. Hot just meant we put it in the oven for a minute until the cheese melted. And they were actually really good sandwiches. But while he was ordering, he said this. Yeah, and can you make that a foot long? This wasn't Subway. This was a pizza place that just happened to sell sandwiches. We didn't have sizes in the sandwich. We just had a roll that we made your sandwich out of. So I informed him of that. I said, we don't actually have like 6-inch, foot long, whatever. We just have a roll. Well, it's like a 6-inch roll, right? At the time I was like, I think so. Maybe. I wasn't sure. It didn't say on the bag and I didn't measure it. Okay, so make 2 of them. Okay, no problem. Did you want those hot or cold? Cold. Okay, will that be for delivery or pickup? Pickup, but aren't you going to ask me what I want on it? Well, you ordered ham, right? I mean the toppings. Oh, it's just ham, cheese, lettuce, and tomato. Unless you want something else, but it's 25 cents extra topping, like if you wanted olives or something. No, but I want mayo, mustard, and no oils or vinegar. Yeah, mayo and mustard come standard on it, and we don't have any oils or vinegars. Like, this guy clearly didn't get that he wasn't talking to Subway. We didn't have it on a line where we put every little thing you wanted on it, like Subway. If you wanted something other than lettuce and tomato, you had to tell us exactly what you wanted. And we didn't have any oils and vinegars. Again, this wasn't Subway. This was a pizza place. So I take his order. He's on his way. I'm making his sandwiches. The owner comes out, and I tell him about this weird guy who seems to think he's at Subway. And the owner says, we don't have footlongs. I know, I told him. He just told us to make 2 sandwiches since they're about the same size. No, they're not. What do you mean? Those look about 6 inches. They're not. Our rolls are 8 inches. So if you give him 2, that's more than a foot. Oh, well, I mean, that's what he wanted. Well, for right now, just make the 1. And when he gets here, inform him about the size of our rolls and make sure he actually wants 2. So I did just that. The guy showed up, asked if his foot-long sub was ready, and I did exactly what my boss told me to do. And said, actually, I need to ask you about that. We don't have foot-longs. So I said make 2. Right, but my boss wanted me to inform you. The rolls are not 6 inches, they're 8 inches. So make 2 sandwiches. That's close enough. Okay, he just wanted me to make sure that that's what you wanted. That's what I told you. If you had bothered to listen. Okay. I'll go make your other sandwich real quick. Well, if you were listening, it would have been done already. My boss just wanted me to clarify. It'll only take me a minute. Still, you guys do this every time. Why can't you just listen to people? I mean, 8-inch, 6-inch, what's the difference? Which I didn't argue him, but thinking about that, it's quite a difference. Especially if you do 2 of them. That's another 4 inches, which that's way more than a foot. That's almost a foot and a half. See, when I go to places like Subway, I usually get a foot too, because a half of that is not going to fill me up. But I will say this, if I eat a foot-long sub, I'm pretty much good for the day. Like, I'm full. There's no way I could eat 2 8-inch subs. I will say this, is one thing I liked about this place, was an 8-inch sub, I was full, but not over full. But I just ignored it, I kept making it, and he kept going on and on about how we don't listen, until as I'm making it, remember, no oils or vinegar. Something funny? Yeah, I think it's a little funny that you have the nerve to say that I don't listen, yet you keep trying to order like this is Subway. Yeah, I said it. I wasn't delivering to him. What tip was I going to get? But probably one of the weirdest ones I got working at this pizza place. For a limited time, we had a special, which, like I said, this was a small restaurant. It was locally owned, but it was still a chain. And like a lot of the chains do, certain specialty pizzas will come around for a limited time. We did the same thing. For a limited time, we had a special cheeseburger pizza. And one day, while we have the cheeseburger pizza as a special, we got the displays out, we have a couple come in. The guy orders himself a small pizza. The girl asks, instead of a cheeseburger pizza, can I just get the cheeseburger? Funny. So, what did you want? Because I honestly thought she was kidding. Thought she was messing with me. I gave the courtesy laugh because I was young enough to where I still did that, but I'd heard that joke many times throughout that week. But she wasn't kidding. She informed me she was serious. She wasn't in the mood for pizza. She got dragged there. She wanted a cheeseburger. Well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but we don't have cheeseburgers here. We're a pizza place. But I don't want pizza. Well, we do have some other things. We have chicken wings. We have some pastas. We got sandwiches. I just want the cheeseburger. Can't you just take that off the pizza and sell me that? What? Because of what our sign advertised. Our sign had a cheeseburger, a plus symbol, and a pizza. Basically saying we combine these and make a cheeseburger pizza. She basically let me know that what she thought that meant was we just took an actual cheeseburger, put it on a pizza, and that was your topping. I had to inform her that's not what that was. It's like a cheeseburger pizza you would get at Domino's or something. It's just a normal pizza, but the toppings were seasoned beef, onions, bacon, and a sprinkling of cheddar cheese. That's what made it a cheeseburger pizza. But that didn't stop her. Well, since you have the ingredients like beef, can't you just make me a burger? I pulled out the little tin we had with the topping in it. Ma'am, this is the ground beef. This is a chain. Like most chains, it comes pre-cooked. We take it out of a bag, we put it in the tin. When somebody wants it, we just sprinkle it on a pizza and put it in the oven. We don't have the means to make you a cheeseburger. I don't have a grill or anything. We have a pizza oven. I'm sorry. Can't get a cheeseburger here. But across the street on each side, there's literally 2 casinos. They have restaurants. You could get a cheeseburger there. She went ballistic as if what I was saying was, I don't want your business. Which wasn't what I was saying. I was just trying to make her happy. And not only did she go ballistic, but after talking about it, her boyfriend started getting mad. They were going back and forth like, he really wanted pizza. She said it was okay. Now he really wants his pizza. Can't you just order something? Her saying, but I didn't want pizza. Basically, I'm sitting there very awkwardly in the middle of this couple having a fight over pizza or burgers. Which is why I want to open a restaurant where we serve both. But finally, I interjected. Okay. Guys. I have an idea for you. So, yeah, at those 2 restaurants, you can't take the pizza there. They won't let you. But here, I know for a fact, our owner doesn't care. As long as one of you orders from here, he doesn't care if you bring in outside food. So, here's my suggestion. I can either put this in now, or I can wait for you to get back if you want to make sure it's perfectly fresh. Well, you go get her burger, and you can come back here. She can have her burger. You can have your pizza. Everybody's happy. You know what? That's good. That sounds fine. What do you think, honey? And whereas I thought that was a great solution, she had another problem. I don't like how burgers taste when they come out of styrofoam containers. Dump her, dude. So there you have it. That's my story video this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post videos, and leave a comment. Tell me about some annoying restaurant customers you dealt with. Love you guys.